All right, hey, how we doing out there? We are getting ready for the Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday version of month one's workouts, and we're gonna get them started here. So I'm gonna get the timer going. Make sure we stay track on that. And we start with stretching. So we start with getting that straight arm plank going on. And we're gonna go into a upward dog. Back to that. So we're just going to keep doing this for 10 times, getting those shoulders back, head up, getting everything kind of stretched out, especially that lower back. We're going to do a little bit of work on that lower back and that core area. So the goal here is also to keep the stealth as level as possible as you're going through these moves. This isn't a real big move right here, but even this can cause you a little bit of wobble there. So. And the first thing we're going to do, we're going to get right into some arm workouts. I'm going to show you a couple variations, but the idea is a push-up. So again, hands are in this right spot, your shoulders are over your wrists, and you're going to go down and up. We're going to do 10 push-ups. Now if you can't go all the way down, go to here. If you can't go to there, go to here. And if you can't do that, go to your knees. Get your knees, let your feet off the ground. How you get to 10 is up to you. Just make sure we're getting to 10. Now we're in high plank, and we're going to do a twist. Notice with the twist, I'm turning my shoulders and squeezing those obliques while I'm doing it. Again, trying to keep that stealth as level as possible as we're turning it. And we're doing 10 each direction. There's another one here. If you can't do it up on your toes the entire way, come on down and finish it up on your knees. You're still going to get a workout in those obliques. All right. Now we got 20 half burpees. So get those feet all the way up. So if you can't do that, step up all the way up. Step up all the way up. Keeping those shoulders as steady above those hands as possible. And get all the way up here. You're going to feel that in your buttocks, your back of your legs. But get those done, all right? So either 20 all the way, do some step-ups, do 20 step-ups, whatever you need to do. So after we do 3 work exercises, we're going back into a stretch. So plank, staying on our toes, into pike, back to plank, back to pike. Make sure you're staying on your toes. It'll stretch everything from your hands on the board all the way up and through to your ankles. If you can't feel that, then you're probably down like this, which this will put a more of a nice stretch on your calves. But we're not trying to get the calves right now as pinpointed. We're really trying to stretch all the rest of it back out. Because like with any stretch, if you put way more pressure or way more stretch on one side, something else usually goes away. And we're really working on the core. So we're going to stay up on straight arms. The first move is actually tricep dips. We're going to turn around here, and you have 2 options on tricep dips. If you're more advanced on the stealth, you could try to balance, because I'm telling you, it is a challenge to balance and then do the tricep dips. And we're doing 10 of these. I'm going to do 5 balanced. If you're newer at it, or if you want to just Ease into it. Just put the stealth on the ground. And these are just little tricep dips. So this is not a, we're not trying to get a tricep dip like you would do on a weight bench where you go all the way down. You know, you're trying to get like this. This is just real quick little tricep to get everything kind of, again, working out all the way through the whole body, but all we're using is our stealth. The next thing is what we call basically the spider. So we're in high plank, and you're gonna bring that knee, again, without losing your balance, up to your elbow on the outside. We're doing 5 each side. Okay, so we got 5 of those each side. Now we're doing high plank jacks. So elbow or shoulders over the wrists again. You just do jacks. Can't do that, step out. The cardio is too much, the bouncing is too much, step out, still hold the plank, and get to 20. Now, again, we got 3 done. We're gonna stop for a second and do the next stretch. Now we've done a couple different things that have given our hands a little bit of, and wrists a little bit of different challenge. So I'm going to turn a little bit here. And we're going to turn our hands back towards us. Keep the stealth off the ground. You're in a plank. Very slowly go into pike, because you are going to feel this as you bend this back. Your forearms, your wrists, all those flexors in there are going to feel it. Slight hold. And we're only doing 5 of these. You can do up to 10, I think, without really causing any pain or anything to your hands. But there's a point that if you're not real flexible here, this will be a strain, so you want to be careful on that. I do about 5. I've allowed time in the video here and time in the thing to allow for 10. Even if you just take time right now and just kind of shake them up a little bit, that'll help too, because you remember we're putting a lot of pressure. By planking, high plank, with our hands like this, you're putting that pressure on the wrist. So we do want to give everything kind of a stretch back the other way. We are back to straight arm. Now it's a pretty challenging move. So this is a 30-second hold right above the board. And you're just going to go down and hold right above the board for 30 seconds. So get in the plank, lower down, and stay off the board. Keeping that belly button sucked in, keeping the core tight. Really testing the shoulders and the arms and even the core, because you got to keep this thing balanced. Now as you get further into this and you hit the 30 seconds, you'll push back out of it. For the rest of us, just get down, let it go all the way down, then come back up. As we get into month 2 and month 3, get down there. We're going to extend the time a little bit too, but then push back up. You're going to feel all of it come back up inside here. Now that we've just really sat there and just burned those, we do what we call wipers. Wipers are get back in that plank position, shoulders over the wrists, bring the foot out, bring the foot back in. You can go up and out, put a little extra into it, or just go to the side. Keeping one foot in the entire time. So that is one way to do it. And then just stepping it out. We're doing 10 of these each leg. You can hear from my breathing, this is all from using our core in this board. All right, back to burpees. I'm gonna do all 20 the full way. Again, do what you need to do at this point. All right, so now we have spent a lot of time in upward dog, or sorry, high plank. A lot of pressure. Right here in the child's pose. Put your hands on the bottom part of the board. So your fingers are about where the bottom of the phone holder is. Yep. Back up. If you can, sit on your ankles. So this has you stretched out. And then we're going to do 10 clockwise orbits with this. Make these nice. You will feel this in your back, in your shoulders. It should be a nice stretch, especially that front part there. All right. Now, forward tilt, back. Forward tilt and stretch it out. Stretch it out big time. Now's your chance to do it. This is also a chance to bring the heart rate down a little bit. A little bit of recovery. We have one section of moves left for round one. All right. I'm going to straight arm plank for 30 seconds. Then we're going to do low plank for 30 seconds. We're going to finish it with low jacks. So, high plank, and the idea here is, again, keeping that board straight, making sure you're in a good form right here in this plank. Your belly button is sucked in. You are holding everything tight. Your core is really engaged while we're doing this. While we're doing just a standard plank. So, doing this for 30 seconds. And then we're going to go to low plank. Same 30 seconds. Making sure that our belly button is tucked again. Making sure that our form is looking good. My elbows where they need to be, so weight where it needs to be. With my hands off the board, it's not doing this. So it should be nice and level with my hands off the board and my shoulders over my elbows. All right, so now we're going to hit plank jacks. I turn just a hair here, so I'll hit those weights. And it's a low time. Low plank jacks this time. You still have this option. You can't do the jacks because of knee injury or whatever it might be, but otherwise, let's crank these out. 20. All right. So, it's a little bit different one this time. We're finishing up round one. If you're done after this, mark it down, see where you're at, so you can get a move or two into round two next time. If you're going to round two, we're just going to keep going after we finish this one up. Straight arm plank. Back up on those tiptoes. Keeping that board level. Into a pike. And we are going to twist right and twist left. Back into plank. Doing this 5 times. Into pike. Look forward just a little bit. Twist, keeping that board as level as possible. But really, you're already stretching out everything by being in the pike. But this twist, boy, does it work not only the obliques like a twist will work, but when I'm turned left here, my right side is getting a beautiful stretch. That was 3. Do go into the pike. Go into a good pike here. And always go back to a good plank. Number 5, go into a good pike. Head forward. Make sure that stealth is staying level. And I'm telling you right now, that right twist had that left side stretched out. Now I got the right side stretched out. And there we go. So that's round 1. Took a little bit longer than planned. Took us a full 16 minutes to get that in. So as I'm going through this and talking through it, these take me longer. I can tell you that I've been doing both rounds in about 25 minutes. So I'm not going to do as much talking the second time around, because if you're sticking around, you're probably a little more advanced into it. So we're going to get taken off here in the second round. We got jacks. Stretching. We're doing 10 of these plank to pikes. All right, back to those tricep dips. And straight arm plank spider, 5 each leg. Again, the goal is keeping this stealth as level as possible as you bring that knee out and up into the shoulder or into the elbow. And then the high plank jacks. This is the stretch again. The paper calls for 10. I leave time for 10. I have gotten, so I only do about 5 right now, as I am still rehabbing from surgery a little bit, and anything more than about 5 of these tends to put a little strain on. So, if you're doing 10, I'm going to take a quick break here. Get ready for the last half of this. So, this is the one that gets me. I don't know about the rest of you all out there, but this is the one that gets me. This 30-second drop down the hole. By the time I get to 30 seconds, and then at times when I don't get to 30 seconds, I am done. The arms are toast, the shoulders are toast. Keep everything engaged. Man, that's a long 30 seconds. I say, the plan is I'm doing this with you. I just started this. As I'm making this for the video right now, I'm just starting. This is day 1 of week 2. So, hasn't like I've been doing this for 90 days, preparing for all this. This is newer to me too. I want to make this as real as possible if anybody's watching. All right, shoulders are back over the wrists. Wipers. Again, just stepping out. Leaving 1 foot in. If you want to put a little more into it, go up and out. That will be in future months. So I'm just going to do what this month has. But I want to show it in case you want to go a little more. Right now. 10 and 10. Back to half burpees all the way up. And that's our last 20 of 80. Back into that hand where the fingers or tips are lined up with the bottom of the phone holder. Get that level, get back far enough. So this already provides a good stretch. And now we're going to orbit the other way for no particular reason other than variety. If you're doing both rounds. And forward tilt. That forward tilt and hold it. You should be feeling this all the way through your back. If you've got the right position, this grabs you at the shoulder blades and just you can feel it going down To your obliques. All right, last 3 moves. We have got straight arm planks, 30 seconds. Make sure the form is still rock solid, shoulders are over the wrists, board is flat, your core is engaged, your belly button is sucked up in. Keep engaging that core. If you don't have all this engaged and you're just kind of here, yeah, gonna give your shoulders a workout. It's gonna do a little something, something. But get that core engaged. Get the pelvis tilted forward a little bit. Keep everything super engaged. 30 seconds. High plank. Get down here to low plank. Elbows where they need to be. Hands where they need to be. 30 seconds. Again, your elbows should be where they're supposed to be if you can take your hands off the board and the board doesn't move. Should be pretty center of gravity. Get the butt down so it's your back is parallel to the ground. Your shoulders should be over your elbows. We're at 30 seconds. We're going to finish this up with some low plank jacks. So we're staying down here in low plank. You tell me I thought I was going to high plank jacks. All right. And that is the end of the actual workout. 2 rounds. Took us a little over 27 minutes on the video here. A lot of explanation in the first round. You can see that second round took about 11 minutes, and that's been pretty consistent without the explanation. So if you're doing this in 22 to 25 minutes, 2 rounds, that's about right with just going after it. So we're going to do the straight arm plank into pike, head forward, make sure that board is level. Twist the whole body, or the upper body, shoulders, get that oblique engaged. Yeah, keep that board level though. So back into pike. Lean forward just, or head forward just a little bit. Staying in pike though. Keep that pike position and do your best to keep this board from wobbling. And I tell you what, we're going to take a look at the heart rate after number 5 here. I'm going to stop the timer, and no cardio equipment, no switching out to a high impact training move of any sort. It did take us 29 minutes, so you know, my goal is to keep it at 30. So even with the instruction, if you don't need the instruction, allows you time to get a little bit ahead of me, maybe take a break. But we hit a max heart rate of 156 today. I mean, it's not, you know, it's not super high up there by any means, but a 156 heart rate is burning some calories. And we did that just using this for less than 30 minutes. We're going to keep going as we go in through the next few months. We're going to add some more moves. It's going to go over 30 minutes, but you will see what we're doing is taking these moves, these real basic moves here, even with the options out there, right? The modifiers, and we're going to add a twist here and a twist there. We're going to add one leg off the ground. We're going to add a hold, things like that. That will then add to the strength part of it and the core strength part of it. This right here, quick paced, still working the core. As long as you're engaging the core, you got to be engaging this thing. If you're not engaging it, it's just kind of hanging there. But that's the plan. So I hope you join me. Like I said, I am in week number 2, literally walking through this little by little, and we'll see where we end up at. All right.